Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, right. Hi, Lucia. How we doing? Oh, smoke, 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 smoke. Oh. Oh. That good, huh? Oh my. That is stuck on there. Damn. Hi, Sam. Coming up? Oh, good boy. Well, come on over. Or you can crawl through there too. There you go. You should be able to squeeze through there if you want, fuzz brush. Furry visitor. Hi. Fuzz bear, what's up? Come here. Can you squeeze through? Here. Oh, we're gonna go the other way. Oh well. How's it going, Nathan? Certainly open up a lot more cat avenues. Hey, KG. Oh, Karen. Yeah, gotcha. How's it going? See, we're going to try to get the arms all done. Or at least the arms all completely witch-wooded. The ribs. That rib extension came out great. I love it. I kind of wish it popped a little bit further out rather than being kind of a flat smack. There was more curve front to back for the ribs, but I'm really, really pleased with how that's going. And this stuff's like iron. Really flimsy iron. Awesome. Good to see we're doing well. So we're going to do a little bit of patch up. A few spots. Get a little bit of hiding to do there. Don't have to worry about the back so much. That really worked out well. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to go grab another handful of fluff. So I think I want to start by patching from the back. Well, I have a bunch of fluff. I have another 9.8 pounds of it. Good purchase. Super good purchase. And then we need to epoxy the neck onto the pumpkin head. Yeah, it's all good. First, numero uno is we got to mix up the paste. I just hauled it out of the fridge where it's been sitting for a while. So naturally the layers have separated. So every mixer needs a turbo setting. I guess it's actually not that thick. Scrape down the sides a little bit now. I must have thinned it out to an appropriate level. Some of our cotton crud, though, is getting stuck on the... I'll just let that soak at some point. That'll all pop right off. Okay. We need the other arm. Arm one, arm two. Cotton. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Fluff, 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 fluff. Love this stuff. Found my new shopping source for that. Oh, it's cold. Sam, you want to come up again? Say hi. Be the star of the show. Everybody knows cats rule the internet, Sam. Should be good for now. Okay, let's get this a little closer. This a little over. That should be right in the project area. Okay. Let's grab some tunes. Oh, I have no idea what I feel like listening to tonight. No idea at all. Echo, play my favorites list. Echo, play music from my favorites. Huh, okay. I thought I had a favorites list. Echo, play my music. There we go. That's all it took. We are modulating what was the groundbreaker into probably a scarecrow standing across kind of critter because it's just too too intricate, delicate, and awesome looking now to be a low lying prop. Right now, we're just covering up some of the twine rope. I guess I don't need to do it this much, but you know. just about hidden. Or hidden enough. A little rope there. And that I just want to fill in a bit. A little rope there, that will make a difference. Rope there, I can see pretty well. Alright. Yeah. Patch cover. There we go. Alright. Try to not drop this one. There we go. Good. I think we can call that close enough. Alright. So now, outer layers. Hi, fuzzy cat. Half of this is all just fun at this point, too. Trying to make some of the branches look a little bit more contiguous. A little snuffly. At least I know it's not allergies. That's highly unlikely to be COVID. Yay! top a little bit. Move to the arms. Okay. Happy to the point where anybody looking at this is not going to be overly concerned about the lack of threading in one area and the abundance of threading in the next. One in the back there. One in the back over here. The side over here. Wish I was doing a lesson on the adhesive properties of water again. Okay. It's good for now. I'll throw more crap on it later. Okay, so this is the started arm. May as well do the untextured side first. Yeah, that I love the rib work. I really do. I'm looking forward to doing many more in a similar vein. Very, very similar. I'm really hoping that a lot of the texture is preserved when I slap stain down all over it. Yeah, I found that sleep schedule's going to hell again, so I'll be bouncing all over the clock. Today I had to be up for a meeting at 1 p.m. with the school staff. So, therefore, I'm awake a little bit earlier in the day. Get a little more texture. Need a little stuff in the crook of that elbow. Of course, the one thing I want to do is I kind of want to have like a tendony looking thing going from there to there. Maybe a few of them. We'll see. The joy of this process is that it is additive and not subtractive. So I can add crap which, when, and wherever I want. Start looking over the shoulder. Nice. There we go. PVC joint sections. Ooh, pardon. Close enough. Alright, let's throw it on the drying rack. Hi, Madge. How are you? This is the terror arm. Down to the dregs of the cotton, and they stop being quite as stick-like. Cotton dregs. Eventually, yes, there will be a tutorial for the whatever the hell he turns out to be in the end. Most likely Pumpkin Sentinel. I mean, let's face it, you could use this method for a groundbreaker as well. I'm just thinking of all the time and effort I put into them, and I'm not going to have them down on the ground. But you easily could. I mean, I've already done a Witchwood tutorial on the Witch Bottle and over on the Witch Orb, so I don't think that part of it's going to need a whole lot of explanation and elucidation. I think the main part of this one's going to be making and building the rib cage. What else? Hey, yeah, the construction of the thing, construction of hands. The pumpkins are pretty much already tutorialized for me. No need to go more overboard with that. Hey, Danielle, how's it going? So, pretty much for everything I've not done a tutorial for already, yes, there will be more tutorializing. I think the most annoying thing about this project will be that if you don't have access to a ready source of fluffled cotton, you're going to be sitting around unrolling cotton balls for a while. Still going to be pretty cheap, though. Oh, nice, Danielle. Excellent. Yeah, at some point I got to get going on that giant one with that 24, 25-inch beach ball. Probably ought to work on a few more witch stones, too. And I have to get done the 2 primary tombstones for my character and Don's character. Haunt life, haunt life. I didn't choose the haunt life. The haunt life chose me. What else needs doing on that one? Bottom there. That side as much as possible. What else is going to need witch wooding today? I don't know. Sorry. Ah, damn, this thing's going to be horrifying. Jesus. Yep, endless projects. They never stop. Maybe I'll stick that other hand on the other one too. At this point, it probably can't hurt. Yeah, the hands really. Obviously, I could keep adding to them if I wanted to, but there's going to be a definitive limit to the extent that people are going to stop and stare at this stuff. Yeah, so there's a point at which you're just doing it for yourself. And while I would love to have even more tree-looking stuff, calm down. Just calm down. I'm kind of wondering though if I can throw the other hand. No, I need to see the other hand on the main model first before I can do that. This one's marked, but that other one isn't. Oh yeah, we can finish witch wooding the skull. That'll work fine. Okay, yep, plenty of witch wood yet to do. So, fluff ball. Fluff, 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 fluff. And I got myself a water bottle intelligently for once. Because Because as much as I would love to drink booze right now, just not time for it. And actually, a thought occurs. I can take this guy, I can take my UV reactive paint, throw crazy spirals and Celtic-y symbols on him, and then have a light UV hitting him as well. So he'll have his regular paint, and certain areas of him should light up in spirals and glyphs and other stuff. So, yeah. More coolness, more. Kind of going through paste at a fast rate, though, but as we all know, paste is laughably easy to mix. Strangely like the smell of this cotton that came in. It's like, this is unprocessed. Why? Because it has a smell. That's true. If I need to, I can work on the rib cage more. I can always add more witchwood to that. That will never be a mess. Hey, a paper towel. Not like my hands are going to get just more messed up in a moment, but still. All right, let's finish doing the entirety of the outside on this side. No, I'm not using cotton dregs, so this should be a little bit better. Let's make sure then. There we go. We're working on camera. 2, we're actually generating texture. This guy's gonna be almost impossible waterproof, though. Some texture, there we go. Whatever you do, don't dry flat. If I wanted that, I'd use paper clay only. Yeah, fuzzy visitor, what are you getting into back there? That's Madge. I'm not going to do what I kind of wanted to do with the other ones, put a few large branch sections on. Fuzzy cat, what are you doing back there? There, I think that's close enough for now on that side. Can do a little bit more around the shoulder joint. Alright. Close enough to the drying space with you. I also ordered some large clear glass cabochons for the skull here. That'll give its eyes a much brighter glow. I wouldn't say the raw cotton is easier, but the raw cotton is already unfluffed. So this is a wad of raw cotton. This is unraveled cotton balls, and you can kind of see that it's a little darker in its color. It's full of little chippy bits. It's got a kind of a wacko jacko smell to it, whereas this is obviously completely clear, no tiny little bits and whatnot. But the great joy is that, again, I don't have to rip apart cotton balls for hours on end to get that other stuff. It's all watered in, and I think I got a very good price for it. It was $50 for 10 pounds, which obviously I don't recommend anybody who doesn't, plan on doing this is for more than a hobby. But yeah, the fact that I get it, I save myself the time and effort, and I think by the pound, I think it's cheaper than the cotton balls. Because if you got a pound weight of, that cotton all unfluffed, I don't even want to think about what that would probably cost. You consider it's about, $2-3, maybe. Dollar store cotton balls I haven't had great luck with, but you can certainly use them. But if you think how many dollars you would have to spend before you got a pound of material, you probably would have to spend about $10 at least. So I think it was a good deal, especially for me because I'm going to be using this stuff like mad, as I am wont to do. Hey, Pro, how's it going? No, pointies at both ends here. What happened? Yeah, there we go. Pointy at that end, pointy at this end. $24 loads. Oh my word. No, thank you. Time to teach the kids how to do it. The valuable life skill. Time to purchase a bullwhip on Amazon to make sure they do it so you don't have to. What are we doing here? I might just fill this area in with which wood. I'll wait till that hardens and then I'll stuff a bunch down there. Hey Rachel, sorry I missed you there for a bit. My Facebook chat is really small. I keep forgetting to increase the size of it compared to the YouTube. Well, it's good that the thing is starting to get under control. I've definitely been in situations like that before. You look at your house and you go, "Oh my god, this is not no." I don't think so. Jute on the chest piece turned out amazingly. I'm actually going to go back to it in a minute here because I'm going to have a slight surplus of cotton for the skull that I don't want to work on until this thing is more unilaterally hardened. So right now I'm starting to run out of grippy places. And I want this thing to be very, very witchwooded. More so than most other skulls I've done. And that's just so far. But yeah, this one is going to get absolutely mad crazy, which would have fied. Yes, depression is very much a thing. I have certainly been there before, too. More often than I'd like to be. See, there's a problem. Yeah. When pieces start coming off like that, it's time to pause, let them harden. Roll tape. And there you go to the drying place. God, I love it. Another one came off. Holy crap. All right, come here. Stop being a pain in the ass. I had you the way I liked you. All right, here, we gotta put it over here. Yeah, I feel better about that. Less chance of bits glopping off. Whew. Hey, Odie. This is, mache paste and cotton. And it makes for an incredibly satisfying branch-like alternative. And here's the rib cage pearl. Oh, with the extra stuff all over it. Yeah, we sentence you to the drying place. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I've got all this spare cotton here. It's come across really, really well. Really, really, really well. Just gonna use up this spare cotton on some internal features here. Bit of a lump there. Oh, I got a couple of lumpy bits. I guess they must have either it's plant material or it's cotton that's dried previously. I can't tell. Either way, there's lumpies. You know what we can use lumpies for? The scapulas. In fact, let's do straight scapulas. Because I'll be back to that. I have no doubt. I haven't done anything on the scapulas yet. Okay, so there they are. Come here, random piece of cotton. Sit with your friend. Okay. All right. Let's do the back of the scapulas first, because they don't need as much stuff. And then we'll epoxy the pumpkin head. It's really nice to us and gets tacky. Then we'll throw the last of the paper clay over its tack points. This is all scrap cotton. Itchy foot, itchy foot. I want to do the front-facing side of the scapula with good fresh cotton. So that I can press it onto the back of the rib cage. The back, very few folks are ever going to see. So it doesn't need to be as excellent. There, almost done. It's the last of the scrap cotton. Go better if I don't drop so much of it on the floor. Yep, there's a covering chunk. Splat, splat, splat. There. Even with a crappy string cotton, you can still make a wonderful texture. Simple, easy, and swift. Blend the edges a little bit. Cool. There. Scapula 1, scapula 2. Now, let's grab some. First off, it's starting to get heavy too. That is a concern. All right, I guess it's not that heavy. Oh. Pretty sure we're interlocking correct. Mostly. It's going to lock around the inner edge really well and the outer edge really badly. Okay. Huh, that's a pretty good fit though. These edges should all be sanded down. Yep, let's make sure that they are a little bit cleaner. Dust. Dry. Okay. Going to need a piece of scrap cardboard. Hi, Madge. What are you doing, fur breath? Cardboard. Don't grind any of that into the carpet. And do I have a rancid brush that I'm willing to sacrifice? Make sure this gets everywhere. You look like a good rancid brush to sacrifice. Crusty flour flakes. Okay. Okay. Can I get in there with you? Yes. Yes, I can. That's good because that also means I can brush out those channels. Okay. Gonna use the last of this Gorilla Glue. Of course. All right, there we go. Channels are open. And as usual, one wants to go, and one does not. There we go. somewhere somebody must have made a gizmo for epoxy bottles. There. Mix, 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 mix. All right. That's a huge goobery gloop. Stay there so it doesn't dribble on the table. In fact, give me a piece here for a scoop. So I want to get a large quantity in there all at once. Yep, good. One. Scoop. Two. Yep, I see you goobering out. All right, sacrificial brush. Getting all the channels really well. Get down in the bottom section really well. All right. Get a piece before this cures. Front to front. Yeah, lock in. And there. Okay. Any extra? Can go right into the gap. There, anything left on here can likewise go right into the gap. All right. Then I don't want any of these drops being wasted. Go over the top. Good. All right. I just kind of want to hang this upside down forever. At least 24 hours. That should cure the living hell out of this. All right. How to suspend it upside down with the weight on the neck. I don't think my vise will hang out over an edge well enough. That might. Let's see, it's worth a shot. Almost too heavy for that. No, that really doesn't hold out well enough. All right, let's go looking for a clamp. Will you clamp it? Maybe. Nope. Nope. You won't. Oh. A challenge. I suppose I could also just hang it down, but I would prefer the weight of the pumpkin stay on it. Keeping it down would be pretty easy. We may have to. All right. Down it shall be then. Let's pull these slightly apart. Get my vise back down here. Move the hand away. Move the arm away. Set the pumpkin there. Classic. And that's why you build things sturdy. Good. Fine. Alright, let's hang upside down. Yeah. You know, I've thought about that, but I don't have a like a good wire suspender hanging up and around to get to. I also thought about drilling it, putting a dowel through it, hanging that from the vise, but that should be a-okay. I already mushed myself well into it, so it shouldn't be going anywhere, and it's going to be getting a lot more reinforcement from the neck too, and it's going to get a layer of paper clay over the top of it, so I think we'll be all right. Should be good. I am going to use the restroom though, so I will be right back. Midge! Where'd you go? All right. The brush, having completed its life cycle in the resin, goes to the trash can. Its duty done. All right. Done, 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 done. Still kibitzing. Needs to dry. We got some stain samples to screw around with. I have a red mahogany. This is brown mahogany. I think I have 2 of those. Yep, 2 brown mahoganies. Should have. There's dark walnut. Okay, let's. I have 3 brown mahoganies. All right. So. Suppose I ought to get a screwdriver before I open these up. All right, come on. I just got 5 new flathead screwdrivers. All right. For this very purpose. Like the shortest, stoutest of them. Now, let's find out if anybody which wood's better than special walnut. We can also check out UV reactive paint on this system. A couple of scrubbish brushes. Okay. Dark walnut stain. No problem, Jim. Always happy to give folks a a view at what I screw up so they don't have to. All right. If we do them in dark walnut, this is a Cabot stain, so it should come out pretty well. All right, I'm liking this already. All right, if we do them in dark walnut, then his witch wood's going to come out looking like that. Which I rather like. My headphones back on because I keep hearing electronic squeaks. There we go. This is brown mahogany. It doesn't look like it's very well mixed. No, it's really not. All right, let's do something that you're never supposed to do. You're never supposed to shake the hell out of these. Maybe this is why these got remaindered to the dollar store. Alright, because I should be using a stir stick, but it's almost at the top anyway. I said brown mahogany, bitch. All right, that's for epoxy sludge. I hate epoxy sludge. Take two. All right, that was white paint with the special. This one is the brown mahogany, which we will see if the camera can focus. Let's obstruct more of the camera's view. There. That's not bad, but it looks a lot more like living wood than dead wood. Whereas this is a bit more dead wood looking. Yeah, I think we're going to go dark mahogany with this one. And the special walnut, this looks like garbage. Kind of curious with the also white paint. You know, maybe I didn't shake the snot out of that special walnut like I should have. Because this is red mahogany over white paint. Focus. I don't think it's going to focus. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Interesting. Okay. I should do another test with the special walnut and shake the living crap out of it first. I don't have to worry about neighbors. All right, where's the... Okay. It's way in the back, I was going to say. It's a big-ass can of it. Hi, Mitch. Oh. Come on, lecture, chirpy noises get back in my ears. All right, let's play another round of Never Do This. This is a bad idea. Do not prep your paint this way. Enhances the beauty of natural wood. All right. Inadvisable steps have been taken. Another fluffy brush. See, why couldn't you have done this last time? Now it looks fine. Maybe I will go special walnut. Where's the dark? It's on the opposite side of this, of course. Yeah, we'll use this. We're going to let it dry like an intelligent human being, because we all know that paint looks different when it's dry. So does stain. At least we've tried all the things correctly. Okay. Now we can put this back in the stain shelf. Hi, Madge. Good girl. I always get so many people who are asking various questions about what should I do, this or that, and it's something I've never worked with before. And that's always, have you done a test batch? You really ought to do a test batch. Make a small piece, try it. Yeah, but what should I do? You should make a small piece and try it before you go ham on your whole project. God, I wish those arms were dry right now. Wish everything was dry. Though we can put the paper clay over the stuff in the head, because resin is a chemical reaction of curing, and it does not require drying. So it will not matter in the least if there is wet paper clay on top of it. Good. Those brushes are okay. Besides, it'll let me use up the last of the paper clay, and that would be nice. Alright, mineral spirits. Last paper clay. And pumpkin head that I was hemming and hawing about not having a place for earlier. Let's do this right. Let's get some paste over the sections. There you go, Beth. Yeah, it was unexpected for me too. I had an early staff meeting today for school, so I figured I would go ahead and stream a bit. It's also just a lot of work I want to get done on this thing. Hey, Twisted, how's it going? It's been a while. Get the edges here. Well, I have some extra fluff on my brush. All right. Damn it! Unemployment sucks. Hey, Lucid Halloween. How's the UK? I hope so. I've been ordering from Instacart the last couple of weeks. They've been really nice, except for that one time. Okay. Gotcha, Goliath. And good stuff, Lucid. Hello, Melissa. How you doing? That's not bad, Twisted. Certainly could be doing far worse than that, so that's the sort of thing I would definitely take. Only downside is I did kind of coat the top part of the paper clay between the locking rings on the neck, so it may be that this does not have all the bonding power it could have due to that potential issue. But we'll see. Honestly, Melissa, I have no idea if I can do English subtitles on live. I have never tried to get it. I don't even know how to do that with Facebook, quite frankly and regretfully. I kind of wonder if YouTube would do it with some sort of setting. Let's just keep at adding clay to anywhere that looks like it could use a little more lockdown. It's very well blended with the sides. Gotcha, Goliath. Yeah, I figured you were talking about heat gun with PVC. It's one of my favorite methods for construction. Did it to make bows and crossbows in many a science class. And then we had to stop because it was too dangerous for the school. All right. So this should be one mother of a locking for that PVC attachment. So inside, hey, let's just go right in. There we go. Literally, the camera is inside the pumpkin. So there is the PVC floured out. It is epoxied to the kind of the braces in a paper clay lock. And then I am paper claying all over the top of it. So the exposed PVC has got another layer on the top. And that is one heck of a lock for the next stump here. The head has been clothed, or clayed, I should say. It's all pretty much set. It's got some witchwood on it for gits and shiggles. I have no idea what I'm going to do with witchwood or how I'm going to incorporate it in the painting because it's going to be a pain in the butt. I don't even know if this is the full face's final form. I'm imagining it's going to be because it's going to be fairly impressive no matter what on Halloween night. Yeah. Now let me see here. Reading comments. Gotcha, Goliath. Cool. That should come out. I hear you, Melissa. Again. Actually, as soon as the 3D printer arrives, I want to make myself a new quasi-Halloween crown. I'm a huge fan, especially since I remembered, I'm a huge fan of the Horned King from Arthur Llewellyn's Prydain series. And he has a beautiful skelly antlered mask that I would love to duplicate and especially throw witchwood on the antlers and the crown. So, yeah, I may end up redoing significant portions of my whole kit to be a little bit more terrifying. And that's all I need, an even more terrifying setup. Okay, so hands are done, arms are drying. Rib cage is likewise drying. Rib cage can always use more work, but again, we kind of hit a threshold on the rib cage. Rib cage needs a finalizing, because on a human, the pelvis would start right about here. Yep, this is all witchwood around the rib cage. Have you seen this one before, Chuck? Or any of the broadcasts regarding it? Oh, witchwood. Witchwood is, sorry, I read you wrong. Witchwood is taking cotton and dumping it in paper mache fluid and then taking the strands off and putting them layer by layer on so you get a substance that looks like wood. And we call it witchwood. We put it onto bottles, put it onto orbs, If you check out my YouTube channel, there's a thing called the Witch Bottle and the Witch Orbs, where I go over the whole technique in depth. And you can make a bottle that's covered with this twisted wood shape, and then you hit it with a wood stain. It looks like gnarled wood. Yeah, it's entirely a texture effect. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So we got to figure out how we're going to settle that. I'm tempted to leave this long, because we can attach some creepy cloth at the bottom and just have it end in a dangling, flowing mass. Though I might cut up just a little bit as well. I know it's got to extend further than that, sadly. I'm just wondering how much further it should extend. I suppose we should probably see the arms and head on it before we decide where to cut it off. Yeah, sort of. And that can also be done by attaching some creepy cloth to the inside edge of the rib cage here and having it flow down a little bit. I'm not going to do a pelvis. This guy's going to be hanging from a cross or crossbeam like a scarecrow. That'll be his modus operandi. We also need to think about where the mini pumpkins are going to go on him. And if I can't find a good spot to put the mini pumpkins on them, I'll put them all down at the bottom of the cross, or I'll just have them coming off of the cross, like his little Halloween helpers. Because I've got 1, 2, 3 mini pumpkins to go with him. Sadly, Jimmy, I do not have a time for my stream. Mostly because this is my hobby and not my job. And I don't ever put times. I don't ever schedule my hobby. That's what makes it a hobby and fun. So, depending on how it goes, we could put a little guy up here. We could put a little guy down here. We could put a couple little guys down here. One about there, one about there. Maybe we could have one coming off the arm, too. Especially that upper claw arm. I think this fanged guy might be pretty good for that. And we can just paper clay them right to the arm, because it's all going to be fiber. Yeah. All right. So I think the next big thing is, quite frankly, going to be a proto-assembly. I thought about that, but I decided it would be better to have him holding a witchwood skull, and I've got that over there, getting ready to be in his hand. I mean, we can still revisit that, but I think if the skull's in his hand and then the pumpkins are part of him, that could be a little bit cooler. Because these guys are a little bit small for the size of hand that he's got for his grabber. Like, here's my pumpkin. If I put one of these guys inside of it, it just doesn't have a whole lot of look. I mean, if he's going to be holding something, he should be holding a big pumpkin. I've got, what is it? The Nightmare Harvester animatronic, and the Nightmare Harvester is holding a Funkin-sized pumpkin. It's got a really big one, and if I were going to do the same thing for him, I wouldn't. This guy's just a little too small. There's no impact to having that there. Even if I tried to stack like 2 of them, they don't quite fit well. Yeah, could do that. Yeah. Nah, just doesn't quite float my boat. I'm almost thinking I should also get some brown creepy cloth too, because I can drape that over some of the fingers and have it floating down. There's gonna be some more creative work to that, to be sure. Creepy cloth adds a lot to it. But now we're gonna throw the skull in there instead, because that's gonna be a lot scarier. Yeah. Yeah, you certainly could pumpkin spider something like that. They'd probably have the pumpkin itself be the. Let's see if we can. Yep, cheesecloth works very well. You'd probably have it. Well, it doesn't really. Yeah, too much of me has to be in the way. But you certainly could make a pumpkin spider with this same technique very, very easily. Now, we'll attach these guys to him. We'll have to see how we're going to light them. That shouldn't be hard, though. There's enough space in them to easily throw a tiny little electric tea light. I can make the apertures in the bottom big enough for that, or if I have to, I can put a flap. Just carve it out with the Dremel. Put a flap to put a tea light in there. Probably start painting the inside of these pretty soon. But, all right, that's that. And of course, they're all going to need stems. That means we're going to need more paper clay. I kind of wish I had the process all streamlined. I knew this, then this, then this, then this, then this. But that's what building the first one is all about. Having a little bit of confusion and what the hell to the project. But next time the arms should be mostly done. We can get a good bit. We can align the hands correctly with the chest. I almost want to drill a hole in the table so I can sit the rib cage down in it and decide exactly how this is going to be. I don't know how well these will hold weight, though. They should be okay. Those arms are heavy. Rawr. Ah. Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of what I can do next, if anything. That's drying. That's drying. That's hardening, drying. The other arm's drying. I got this little half-done thing here. It's got to cut me thinking about a pumpkin spider. Even if only to make my friend Don go nuts. He hates spiders. Absolutely hates them. Could also start on the gigantic one. It'll take me a little bit of time to inflate, but I could start getting that stripped. Let's go grab that thing. I want to see if I can fit it out the door. I wish I had an air compressor. I guess I do. For my airbrush. I don't know if it'll hook up though. Smoke them if you got them. This might be easier with pliers. Fingers are getting a little tired. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm not usually that dumb. And now we pause for a moment. Being overweight has taught me to go slow and steady in most areas. Yeah. All right. Halfway there. Pardon. And we take a pause. Yeah, no kidding. I wish I had a balloon pump right now. That'd be nice. I would be tiring out my arms instead of my lungs. This thing takes a deceptive amount of air to fill. Oh. Come here, needle nosers. No kidding. Sucker's gigantic. There we go. Ooh. Come here. Whoa. Holy mackerel. Yeah, no kidding. All right. Let's see if we can push that in. All right. So this is one hell of a beach ball. I'm going to go check and see if it will fit through the door. I may have spent money on something I can't use because this looks like it's too wide for the door. Be right back. Oh, silly 18th century house. Can you fit out? Is it possible? Am I just wasting my time? Oh my god, it goes through. Woohoo! I have about a hand's thickness of clearance on either side, both vertical and sideways. In fact, I have more that way. Yes, this will work. This will work. This will work. This will work. And have more light. God, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is madness. It's not even Sparta. Oof. Okay, so. Oh no, I am not tying any kind of roping around this thing. No, no, no. No. No, what we're going to do is we're only going to mache to about here. Assuming I get the gumption to do this. Because as I'm looking at it right now, this is terrifying me. This is terrifying me. This means I'm going to be doing paper strips for the rest of the quarantine. It's horrifying. Let's do another thing and let's leave this out for a night and see how much air it loses. Because one thing that's got to happen is that this sucker has got to be absolutely sealed for at least, quite a while. It's going to take me an age to put layers on it. And I'll need to get a bucket or something to hold it because this thing's going to go all roly-poly on me. All right, so let's store this for now and make sure that the air consistency is good. I'm totally not trying to get out of this. Absolutely not. I am in no way scared of spending the rest of my natural life doing that thing. Nope. No. I'd rather do 6 more pumpkin sentinels than work that. That might be more of a go downstairs in front of the couch, lay out some tarp, and start stripping with it sitting on the floor rather than on the table. Death ball beach time, Chris. Absolute death ball. That thing is horrendous. But I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing that. I mean, the pumpkin coming off of that thing is going to be gigantic. And I think the biggest challenge of it will be watching its structural integrity. Because, man, if you put a stem on there and try to do the old trick of, I grab it by the stem, there's enough weight on the rest of that thing to possibly just break it right off. Yeah, there's some serious concerns. I have some heavy concerns there. Very, very heavy concerns. Okay. That leaves us with what else can we get productively done today? What other projects have we got? I almost want to look at the wiring for that and see what I've got around. Mini skulls. Other mini skulls. I want my extra soldering magnifier. Should be out and available over here. And hey, look at that. And of course, the preferred product, the cotton line. Other than that, I have a skull bottle and a vambrace that I made. It's one of the first bits of SCA garb I ever made there. Alright, let's see what's in these. These are green LED fairy light strips with a clicker that take triple A's. Might be very good for around the center of that thing, because hiding the electronics is going to be a pain in the ass. I think I have 2 of these. Yeah, good. We're also going to have some puck lights. God damn, I love puck lights. I think this thing here has got puck lights in it. This is fairy lights. Potentially. All right, these are multicolored lights with different sequences to them. If I remember right, these have a remote control as well. These are triple A's or double A's? I think these are double A's. And they're pretty much watertight too. Oh no, they're water resistant. Yeah, this will be double A's. And it does have a remote. I just don't have it right in front of me. And these stupid plastic things break off all the time. Yeah, puck lights are amazing. I would gladly use them a lot. The only problem with them tends to be that sometimes the remote control you get for one set doesn't do the exact remote control stuff for the next set, and it gets a little confused and occasionally annoying. I need kind of a supply shelf for bits. I mean, I've got one. It's just all over the damn place. A more centralized supply shelf. All right, let's rack these skulls somewhere. All right, burlap there. We're going to have to use burlap for coverings on the shoulders if I don't go creepy cloth there. There's a set of puck lights. There's all my sprays and a whole bunch more stains. All right, so I have far more stains than I thought I did. Excellent. Vert the Furt is in here. Skull and some little skeletons. There's a set of puck lights. Just need to go down there. I have some of that plaster cloth. I always wanted to use some more of that. Puck lights. I suppose probably gonna work on these tonight. These are nice cotton balls. I don't really have to with the stuff, but the hell else I'm going to use these for. And the big ones are a lot easier to unravel than the small ones. What's the next project? Let's see here. Those mesh bags, though, are way too small for that beach ball. Way, way, way too small. The top teeth are over, but that's cool. Yeah, those are tiny mesh bags meant to hold about 5-6 small skulls. This is not the best. I almost want to put a tiny light inside there. Get a glass cutter, go around the back. Actually, I could use witchwood to make that a lot more skull-like as well. Sip of water here. Just trying to think. You can also check the UV reactivity on top of the stain. These aren't really dry yet, though. I want to do more crafting, damn it. I really hate that this stuff has drying time. I could always start macheting up another pumpkin for the next sentinel. If I had some handy writing stuff, I would start scribbling down dimensions for the tutorial. And you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T-joints. One, two. Test pieces are still wet. You won't get a good thing out of that. I could probably hit them with the heat gun. Let's give that a shot. The release, it's always fun to watch the electrics go, what are you doing to me? Won't get quite as accurate a color, but that won't really matter. Oh wow, yeah. I think we're going shooken up special walnut. Definitely. Could make up some more witchwood and nitpick on the ribcage for a while. It's going to start to burn. So let's try. Yeah, I could put together another witch orb, but the 3D printer will be here by Friday. And I must confess, I am so desirous to try to start modeling a witch orb in 3D to try to get one of those made. Because, oh my god. If only I could get myself a 3D printed witch orb. Oh my god. I'm thinking new pumpkin myself. I got strips, I got paste. I got everything I need for new pumpkin right here. It'll be the head of whatever the next sentinel is. Should try to do something different with it too. Oh god, yeah. Actually, I'd ask if I did 3D modeling type sessions in preparation for the witch orb. Would you guys be interested to watch that, or be kind of like always doing this computer crap and not crafting? I'll catch them later. Pumpkin spider would be fun too. That way I could scare Don. Eh. All right. Pumpkin spider could be cool. Doesn't quite fit the haunt, but who the hell cares? Okay. Just want to know if that stuff is worth streaming or not. It's still really, really wet. It's one of the problems with stains. They've got a fair amount of volatiles in them that just need to pop off. All right, let's consider the problematics of a pumpkin spider. We know we have more than enough witchwood for it. Let me go grab a Funkin for some sizing comparisons. That was much closer. I only own 2 of the stupid things. Let's grab a regular beach ball. All right. And then it's do we make it a complicated one? Or do we make it a simple one? The wire that I have will support a fair amount of weight. A simple one. Okay, so a couple folks for 3D printing. Okay. Thank you for the responses, incidentally. All right, so we have 4. All right, so I might stream some of the attempts. I'm going to try to get a handle on it first. And then, yeah. I'm going to screw with it a bit first. But if I get to a point where it's like, all right, I need to make some of this, then I'll start streaming it. If I do stream it, then I will put, hey, this is where I'm streaming. If you're not interested, don't bother. So people aren't going like, yes, he's on the computer crap. Well, a simple pumpkin spider will be a pumpkin with a whole bunch of spider legs coming out. And then the pumpkin is there. It faces a potential problem of where the feet hit the ground because there'll be moisture there. And that can somewhat be solved with just a little bit of, I've got that Flex spray. It's like a rubber coating that can be put on the tips of the spidery claws. The other type of pumpkin spider is the one where you have like a 3-section spider where you have the abdomen, the thorax, a head, but they're all made out of pumpkin parts. I'm also thinking like mini groundbreaker, just some little guys to stack around at the feet of the big one. Let's inflate this. It's got a leak on this side. Right there. And another tiny one there. I need electric tape. Well, I've got that heavy wire, so I'm going to use it. I don't like chancing any kind of... There's another tiny one over here. That's good. Just get on there. Damn it, just had it. All right, well, when in doubt. When in doubt, the leak is everywhere. So just patch everywhere. I wouldn't do fur texturing. It'll be a straight up pumpkin monstrosity. All right. All right, so there's... I need some smaller beach balls because that's pretty much twice the volume. Gotcha, Rachel. Be against my code of ethics to use the Funkin. Yes. Last time we used a balloon for that one. I'm also just imagining different faces. If I use this guy as the big... Could easily go up a PVC size too. Rather than inch, I could use 1.5 inch PVC. And that would work perfect for that size head. Well, let's start plastering this beach ball. Come hell or high water. And that way, at least we got a frame ready to go. Okay, so I got should be a whole bag of strips. No, that's not them. They're around, by God. I moved them not 2 days ago. There they are. Perfect. All right. And that way this can turn into a pumpkin spider. It can turn into the head for the next groundbreaker. It can turn into just about anything. All right. But to start, it's going to turn into a pumpkin. And that'll give me one more thing that's there to do between drawings. It's not bad. It's okay. Okay. Oh, this quarantine is going to birth one hell of a haunted yard for me. It's going to be crazy. And are any sections bubbling? Not really. Good. Quite. Tunes back on. Echo, what song is this? Ah, some hands. No, still can't do it with the Scott Stall method. may have to tear some more strips soon. That could be a fun activity tonight, sitting in front of a movie with a bucket and a gazillion sections of the Norwich Penny Saver. As far as they go, this one's adding strips pretty simply. Oh wait, this is only the first layer. Now I remember why I can't stand it. This is going really well. All right, you gotta do this 6 more friggin' times. Though the successive layers are easier. Well, Melissa, we are in debate. There is some clamorings over a pumpkin spider, which sounds fun to me. And also there are clamorings, mostly from me, of getting the next head ready for the next Pumpkin Sentinel. Mostly the problem is that the Pumpkin Sentinel project right now, all the bits are drying, so there is nothing to do on it until it reaches a another dry point, other than me hemming and hawing over the witchwood on the torso. But as I said with that is hitting the spot where the gain for the extra time nitpicking about it is panning out, or panning low. So this will either be a pumpkin spider, or this will be the head for the next pumpkin sentinel, or this will just be another pumpkin. It's going to be one of those things, guaranteed. Oh. All right, this bowl needs to be a little bit more stalwart. Stalwart and unflinching. That's 9 o'clock-ish. That's all going to be paper dust, though. So. If only there was a machine to do this so much faster. And move around. Still nice and cathartic for all that it is. Repetitive. I hear you there, Rachel. Sometimes they just take for bloody ever. That's why I like the mini pumpkins, especially for students. They go together a lot faster. Though I usually have the students make the stuffed trash bag variants for underforms. Mostly so they start getting the hand of how do you make a structure tough enough. It's like bridge building units, but, kind of somewhat in reverse. I'm just infinitely grateful I don't use the dip the strip method. That was super messy back in kindergarten and first grade, whenever the hell we did that. That's when I first learned and decided that I didn't like having goopy hands. And now it's kind of par for the course. But at least this one will always give us something to do. When the other stuff is dry. Because very soon that project's going to come down to painting and sealing. Come here. I think I can go a layer lower. Maybe not. At least back around that lip there. All right. It's going to start to bunch up. Getting there, getting there. snap, crackle, pop. I love when I go through paste so much I don't have to salt it. Pretty sure this is from Carpenter or it's Sam Hain again. Echo, what song is it? Sam Hain. Two more before I'm back to vertical strips. Hey, a Black Friday ad. This newspaper is from Thanksgiving. There we go. I hear you, Joey. I think I'm about on the... realistically, I'm on the third layer of this thing. I'm going to go till I'm sick of it. I'll have a little break. Tomorrow's going to be, or I should say tomorrow, but next session is going to be a real fun one. Because we're going to be able to put all the pieces together and have a really good look at how this guy is going to go. We're going to be able to cut the neck and bend it so he is facing the direction and eye level that he's going to face. It's going to be amazing. Super looking forward to it. He's taking really big steps towards getting done. I might even find him a space in the house to rest his time between Halloweens. Yeah. Layering is the crappiest part of this. If there was a company that could sell big hollow paper mache or cardboard balls. I don't know if cardboard, even if it was compressed cardboard, would have the same strength, though. Somehow I doubt it would. Still, I'd be tempted to use it. Just take the time off. The downside is to make money back on that, a company would need to be selling them for maybe $7, $8 per. I don't know. To see how I felt. Or I could just betray my sensibilities and get Funkins. A company called Dorman does. Oh, I'm back to my verticals. Yes. Great. Seal the top. And we'll do the joints. Standing from time to time is kind of nice. Yeah, I get pretty much to the hemisphere mark, which is good. All right, let's do the joints at the edges. Too long a piece. Just stick there. Actually, I wonder if diagonal would be a better joiner. Yeah, of course. Yep, diagonal's a better joiner. Ooh. Oh. If only. I'm just imagining a weird answers. If you had $1 million, what would you do? I would hire like 5 people to just do this crap all day long. One person to mix paste, one person to make paper clay. But I'd do all the fun creative stuff and they would be stuck doing all the drudge work. Yeah, man, if I had $1 million. Though there is a just add water variant of paper clay. I've got some in my classroom. Don't really care for it personally. Worried about leaks with this thing. And the monotony is partially why I'm mixing up my layering methods, trying to go for the best possible fit. Don't know if it's working, don't really care, just know it's not all the same direction. Yep, there it is. roast pork dinner, Saturday, November 17th. Sounds like fun. I think we should go. Make sure the steeper the diagonal, the better that works. Optimizing right around. Maybe not. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, sometimes you find out in the after image. I'm back around. Okay, my brain is melted. Echo, stop. Oh, it's time to let everything dry, to move around, to go pet my fur ball who is staring at me in the doorway. Hit this all with a fan. Let it dry. All right, so fan, what's drying? Those will dry fine because they're just on the surface. I probably ought to direct the fan that way because this thing and that skull are going to need the most help. Woohoo! And I can even open this up and I can use that bag again once it's dried out completely as well. Make sure the gun is unplugged. Get a layer of paste on there so the cling wrap clings. All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. It keeps me from going absolutely mental during long stripping times like this. But we got this project and we got a piece for the next project ready to go come heck or high water. The color tests are set on the rib cage. I'm thinking I'm probably going to cross-link that in a few more spots and then just stop before, again, it gets too way too off. Have a good night, Joey. We'll do a hell of a lot more on the skull, and then we'll call it good. All right, gang, take care. Again, thanks very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Peace out. Or some cool Halloween leaving catchphrase. Night. Hi, Madge. How are you? Fur Brain, how are you? Meow. 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 Where are you at? Where'd you go? I'm over here. You over here? Feeling for you. I got nothing. Ha ha! I gotcha. I got a Madge. Yes. Good girl.